The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
So we're about an hour away from Jack Antonoff, Bleachers, calling up, checking in with us, playing tonight at the Aragon for Q101 Twisted Christmas Night 3. And we'll have tickets for that show tonight. Then also, Ticket Blitz Thursday, 8:20 and 9. We'll have tickets for Night 4 tomorrow, the Gaslight Anthem, and Young the Giant.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, let's start off with one of our texters here who 219 checked in. James, Brian, you're lying. Shut your face. About the White Sox moving to Nashville is a statement I made before the Stain song, the beautiful song, by the way. Well, might be fair, James. Maybe I am lying. Shut my face. Or maybe this is the first place you'll hear about the White Sox, the Nashville White Sox, down the road because of what happened yesterday with Jerry Reinsdorf in Nashville and in the MLB meetings that are going on right now. We'll get to the Cubs in a second, but he met with the mayor, Freddie O'Connell, of Nashville. And here's what was said in a report from a Nashville newspaper that talked about it. The mayor said, "I'm treating this as informal. We are certainly not ready as a city and as an administration to say about any particular group, team, whatever, that we are already seeking that." They made it clear they want a baseball team in Nashville is what the story's been for years because it's a super growing city. A lot of Chicagoans are moving to Nashville looking for a job or better weather. It's Nash Vegas, right? We know that about Nashville now. It's very popular.
Is that what they call it? That sounds cool.
They call it Nash Vegas. It's the eastern version of Las Vegas because Kenzie knows all the bachelorette parties go.
Oh my God, you don't understand. To me, it has a New Orleans energy, like when you're on Bourbon's or not Bourbon on Broadway.
Yep.
Broadway and Bourbon are like where it's just a lawless street of things happening.
It really is. My brother and my mom live down there. When I go to Nashville, it is truly, the beautiful scenery, what's down there in the mountains, and the weather's a little better. But then when you go down there, it is like Vegas.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time. So, this mayor continued, "I do hope we have at least the opportunity to formally meet with the commissioner, and then we'll see about that. It would just be on the basis of introducing him to the city more than, saying like, hey, here's this new team. They're making a big process is what he's talking about of getting a baseball team. Now, guaranteed rate field. That lease ends in 2028. Jerry Reinsdorf has already said, I'm thinking about moving the team from there to either somewhere else in Chicago, kind of paraphrasing a little bit here, or possibly even another city. Same ploy the Cubs made back in the day when they were trying to get help with the Wrigley Field reconstruction and saying, we'll move the Cubs to Rosemont if we don't get these tax breaks and cuts.
Rosemont's hustlers, man. Rosemont is in on every conversation about where something should move. It is unbelievable.
I'm not saying there's a mafia. But the minute the Cubs said that, some concrete trucks started going up to Rosemont to start building the stadium. And of course they were kind of bluffing. You're not going to move from Wrigley Field. Come on.
Wrigley is a tough one because it's like landmarky. It's tough.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest destination spots in sports in the world, without question.
And it's one of the reasons they make a lot of money because
just you come to town, I want to go to a Cubs game even if you're not a Cubs fan.
Because you want to see it, because it's old school. I know people who don't like the Cubs, but they still want to see Wrigley Field. Like, I'm not a Boston Red Sox fan, but I still want to go to Fenway Park. Really
exactly.
I don't want to see Fenway.
Yeah, I'm a Sox fan, obviously, but whenever I go to Wrigley, I sit down and I have this dorky moment where I go, God, this place has been here since 1914, and I just kind of sit and think about that for a second.
Incredible. So, listen, the bottom line is that Jerry Reinsdorf is 85, 86 years old. He owns the Bulls and he owns the White Sox. And as he has said, he has no other hobbies. This is what he does. He's a billionaire and owns these teams, and he wants a title, not one coming to the White Sox anytime soon with the disaster of last season.
Or the Bulls.
So maybe a new, fresh thing before he may pass away down the road here a little bit. I'm not trying to say he's that near it, but he's 85 or 86.
Who gets it afterwards? His kids or something?
He's got family. I don't know if they're,
His son's really involved with the Bulls. I would assume that he has something to he's probably the next man up, but I don't know if he would want the White Sox.
Yeah.
You want him in Nashville.
Yeah. Well, that would be a big splash, maybe his last big power move as owner. And there's other partners too, but he's the majority. So it'd be a big splash to say, I got this baseball team to Nashville. Again, in 2028, the lease goes up. But same with the Bears. Soldier Field's is till like 2031, and they're going to move to Arlington Heights most likely. Still has been kind of quiet on that front lately.
It's crazy how that story has just gone away.
Well, all the other cities said, I want it. Now no one wants it. And I'm not sure where it stands at this moment. They're just kind of in this limbo phase. But they are already developing the land. So I don't know.
I feel like the Bears are staying put.
Okay, so
I think it's more likely the Bears stay put than the White Sox. I think there's a better chance the White Sox move away and the Bears stay right in Soldier Field.
wow, that's a hot take. You think it's better chance that the White Sox are not in Chicago than the Bears
By
going down tonight?
2031, when the Bears lease ends, 8 years from now,
Well, we're not going to remember this conversation.
I'll have it saved in the audio folder. We'll come back to it 8 years from now when the White Sox are playing their games in Nashville and the Bears are still in Soldier Field.
How do you feel about that, Kenzie, coming back to this convo in 8 years?
Oh, God.
We're going to talk
I don't
about...
know if I'm still waking up this early. 8 years. I don't know.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Let's get into it. 312-591-8300. Your chance to win Crosses tickets. This is Chino from Deftones, his band, at Concord Music Hall. And I love it. We played this earlier, actually. I love this song. Furnished by Live Nation, our great friends there, and Brian and Kenzie. So 312-591-8300. Get on the phones right now for your chance to compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
So, yeah, before we get to the tickets at 8 o'clock for Bleachers for tonight, Q101's Twisted Christmas, and then Ticket Blitz Thursday, which will be more Twisted tickets in the next hour. That's the rest of the show, pretty much. We do Crosses. Chino from the Deftones band. This band is super interesting, and to see him at the Concord Music Hall, that beautiful venue, you're right there up close. You can scare them. Tickets are on sale now, but it's from our friends at Live Nation.
Please don't try to scare the band.
I
I think they're expecting people to be there. I don't know.
Chino's pretty scary looking, though. A little bit scary.
I liked Chino. We talked to him.
I know, he's a good guy.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice on the phone. His appearance, a little scary.
What, was he mean to you in person?
No, he's never mean. He's nice.
Okay. You said nice on the phone. That's what you said. Was he mean to you?
That's kind of some code. No, he's a great guy. No, he was not mean to me. Everybody's nice to me.
Everybody loves you.
Okay.
Let's go to Kaylee checking in from Geneva. Going to take on Kenzie today. Ahoy, Kaylee. Tell us something really quick about yourself.
Ahoy. Me and my son listen to you guys every morning, and I listen to Clash with Kenzie, and I'm usually pretty good, so hopefully it continues on.
Okay.
Okay.
Is your son in the car now?
He is, yes. He loves Kenzie.
Aw. Did I meet you at Twisted Christmas?
No, you haven't. I texted in, though. I texted in last week about the birdie because I have one, and it goes off at all the wrong times.
Oh, yeah. My birdie goes up. That's the alarm that we were talking about.
Gotcha.
That we can't play
I forgot what that was. I wasn't following.
I just got some weird looks. That was why I went to explain it.
Yeah,
No, but it's so funny.
alarm.
There was a girl at Twisted Christmas on Tuesday night, and she pulled me aside and was like, my son and I listen to you every morning. And I swear to God, she was from Geneva, I think, or St. Charles, one of those.
Yeah.
And she's like, we listen every single morning, and we love Clash with Kenzie. So I'm like, well, I feel like I know you already.
No, but we do. We listen every morning.
Aw, thank you.
And how old's your son?
He's 7.
And where's he on the way to school right now, or you just got him kind of kidnapped and escaping the city?
No, I'm taking him to school right now.
I thought maybe it was, one of those parent situations where one kid takes the other kid. I don't know.
It's
What are you talking about?
7:27 in the morning and a 7-year-old's in the car. They're on the way to school.
All right, Kaylee, here we go. Sorry to take a dark turn there in the beginning
Jesus.
of Clash with Kenzie, but call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, call it.
Heads.
It is heads.
Awesome.
All right, Kaylee, here we go. Question number 1. What 2009 comedy did Paul Rudd and Jason Segel star in about a man going on mandates to find his best man?
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
Say man one more time. In the definition of that.
Listen, Case gave me that question. There's a lot of mans in there.
I didn't know how to write it in a way that didn't say man that many times.
You probably just could have listened to who it starred and the year and
You could have guessed I love you, man, if you never even saw the movie or heard of it by the amount of mans I said in
All
there.
right, well, Kaylee's up 1-0.
Kenzie, if you have a curvature of the spine, what diagnosis do you have?
is it scoliosis?
It is scoliosis. Good job.
Hunchbackitis?
Let's see.
That guy from Notre Dame could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bad spine.
I know.
On the halfback in Notre Dame. Remember The Sopranos when Bobby Bacala?
Not what I'm talking about.
Not the time.
I'm talking about Quasimodo.
I think I'm still buzzed from last night. I got to admit, just now I just feel like that from Twisted.
That's nice, Brian. 1-1 back to Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee. In which U.S. state is Catalina Island located?
Oh, gosh.
3.
Oh, gosh. No, Catalina wine mix. California?
Oh, just got it just in time.
Oh, yes.
Effing Catalina wine mixer.
Right? That's
The
exactly
Catalina frickin' wine mixer. All right, back to Kenzie. What vitamin is known as the sunshine vitamin?
That D, baby. Gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? It's important.
Amen.
It's a 7-year-old in the car. Calm down.
Well, I'm sorry. He should be in the sun as well.
Let's see here. Back to Kaylee.
Yes, 2-2.
Who was the villain in Disney's 101 Dalmatians animated adaptation?
Oh, isn't it Cruella de Vil?
It is. There you go. Back to Kenzie. Waco, Texas is the home for what soda brand, which began in 1885?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
I'll
God.
play with my doctor. That's my favorite doctor of all.
We went down the wormhole yesterday of our story of the guy stealing the Dr. Pepper syrup and reselling it, which is a great story in the podcast in the 8 o'clock hour if you want to check it out.
Do you think David Koresh loved Dr. Pepper of the Branch Davidians, Waco,
absolutely
Texas?
caused the whole thing? Absolutely, 100%.
They raided the compound and they just had a bunch of Dr. Pepper in there.
1,000% right.
All right, 3-3 back to Kaylee.
Kaylee, which U.S. vice president shot a Texas attorney while out hunting quail in 2006?
Oh, was that Cheney?
It was Dick Cheney. Good job. You know, he got away with it.
That's amazing.
He kind of did. Like, disappear a little bit, right?
Like, no one ever just said, did you like him? No, it was an accident. Would you buy it? Like, if I went out hunting and Case came back and I shot Case, but I just said it was an accident.
No, absolutely I would buy that because I don't think you'd be good at hunting.
That's fair.
I don't believe that you would be good at that.
Oh, man. Is it back to...
It's back to Kenzie. It's 4-3. Kenzie's down.
Kenzie, who was on the cover of the first issue of Playboy magazine?
The first?
The first. I don't have that one, by the way.
The one that would be worth money?
Exactly.
I'm gonna guess Marilyn Monroe.
That's right.
Is it? Okay.
She was. Launched the magazine. So now it's first one wins here.
Next one wins. Yeah,
Next one
4-4.
wins.
It's back to Kaylee. She can win crosses tickets with the correct answer.
Kaylee, what does the Lorax speak for?
The trees.
Good
He should have
job.
spoke a little louder because they ran, you know what I mean? The full force got cut down.
Congratulations, Kaylee. You are going to Concord Music Hall to see Crosses.
Oh
Wow.
my God, yes. I love crosses. I love Chino. I don't think he's scary at all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Uh-oh.
A little scary.
Your 7-year-old may have a new
No.
dad by the end of this show. You sound like you like Chino a lot, girlfriend.
The way Kaylee said that, I'm scared of Kaylee now.
Why? That's her man. Mind your business, Brian.
Step off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jealous.
okay, fine. I'll step off.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
But you like free stuff. We know that. He didn't win there, but Bleachers tickets for Q101 Twisted Christmas tonight. Coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll also talk to Bleachers.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, so just get you what the next hour is going to look like. So coming up at 8, we have Jack Antonoff talking about the show tonight with his band Bleachers and all the other stuff he's been involved with. He's written songs with people that, you hear their music and don't know he was involved with. The guy's, prolific. He is brilliant. And we'll talk to him at 8, and then, of course, give away tickets to the show tonight, Q101's Twisted Christmas Night 3, with Bleachers, Mr. Wives, and Chicago band Sincere Engineers. I said earlier in the show, Chicago bands have been fully representing and bringing it since we started this thing. Of course, Local H on Tuesday night, and then last night, Bridget Calls Me Baby, and then tonight, Sincere Engineer. It's really cool to see the performances and them just winning over crowds when you have a headliner. A lot of times people come up, I like Lovejoy. Lovejoy certainly brought thousands of kids out there last night that stayed overnight to see them. And same with the Black Keys on Tuesday night. But it's been raucous crowds from the opening of the doors at 6 every night. And I think the same thing's going to happen tonight, too. It's been a lot of fun. So also tickets for night 4 tomorrow, Young the Giant and the Gaslight Anthem, and Ticket Blitz Thursday at 8:20 and 9. So right next hour here. Just stay with us hour and a half. You got a lot of free tickets and some great stuff. So what's not great is when people fly and they go mad. It gets annoying. It gets just annoying, though, that every story that goes viral almost every day is about someone trying to get off a plane and they cause a fight. And we've been doing this for I don't know how long.
And they're always just like, "Whoa, I was mad and I was tense and I was." The rest of us aren't having fun on the plane. The rest of us don't feel like we have a bunch of room and it's going so smooth and da da da. Like, people need to learn to deal with their crap.
Yeah,
it's getting annoying.
I do think everybody is just right now in just society and where we are in the world in Chicago that everybody's just one little tick away from going nuts now.
Like, control your. If you are gonna just go off, if one thing doesn't go well. Something's gonna not go well at the airport. I can promise you. How about you don't ruin everyone else's day? Maybe drive or something.
Yeah, this is one thing you can't control. Just deal with it. But it happened on a Spirit Airlines flight. And of course, people say, well, of course it's Spirit. Well, this could happen on United very easily. The passenger leaped over the seats to rush off to deplane. He started jumping over all the seats and hitting people because he wanted to just jump the line, basically. And then someone kind of grabbed him saying, hey, there's women and kids here. You're hitting them. And he goes, touch me, mother effer, see what happens. I'm like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, I can't play the audio because it's, that's all he says. A couple other things like that. A lot of swearing.
Lots of swears. So reenact it. What else do you say?
So like, excuse me, please, sir. You dropped your handkerchief. Now let me get by. And he punched him in the face. Something like that.
Oh.
No, that didn't happen.
Oh. Brian, what the hell?
That's all he said. And it went on like that. But I just, like I said, I think that people are just way too just ready to fight now for nothing. It's stupid. And this gives you a moment to kind of share verbally and in a fun way what shouldn't set you off so much, but it is right now. Just one little thing is setting you off to the point of that makes you have either, hopefully nothing violent, but a crazy verbal argument or a rant or a tantrum. Is there anything in your life, Kenzie, right now, just something little it shouldn't set you off is? I know what it is, actually.
What is it?
It's the steps of the Aragon.
Oh, my God. What is going on?
A lot of steps there, and Kenzie's pregnant.
Mount Everest.
Because normally when you go to the Aragon, it's not a big deal. You don't even think about it. But because you're pregnant right now, to go up 800 billion steps, it felt like.
There's certain people at work, too, who hit us up a lot, like an excessive amount of emails. And that drives me nuts. I am not like I don't bother my bosses unless it's like my boss is here for me like twice a year. I'm like, hey, having a baby, just so you know. Like I'm really, and then I disappear again.
Didn't know you were pregnant. Haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, so I like to lay low. I like to do my job. I like to mind my business. I don't like we need to talk about everything people who send 400 emails a day. And they're like, I don't know if you saw this email. I'm like, yeah, I just don't think it requires a response. I'm just going to do it. Like, I just do stuff. I don't like a micromanage over communication situation. It's not my vibes. So there's a few, and Brian knows this. There's some people who email us 400 times a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to be CC'd on this. I just want to be left alone.
Well, my OCD has a problem too because we see the emails fill up. I have to look at them. Like you can avoid emails.
Sometimes I just delete them. When I see certain names, I'm like, I don't even think I probably have to look.
Let's get those names. Let's go right now.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I get called into the office.
That's right. Case, is there something you're on edge like about so clearly? Like
he's on the phone.
Oh, wow, he's on the phone talking to people. Okay, my bad.
Now he's off the phone. Case.
Hey, Case.
Case.
You hear me there, bud? He's not listening to me.
He's just ignoring us.
Yeah. Is there something you're so on edge? Is it talking to people on the phones? Maybe you want to call out something that just like shouldn't set you off, but it does?
Oh, yeah, slow grocery shoppers. People that mosey through the grocery lane. Sorry, I was on the phone with callers. We got people that are fired up. So I missed your question for just a second. I felt you looking at me.
Do your job and listen to us.
So basically, Case is setting off Kenzie. Just that little thing that shouldn't set him off, but it does because he was on the phone with somebody being very nice.
I was doing my job.
Case knows I like all of his attention. He knows it.
Yeah. No, the thing that bugs me is just people that are down on their phone in the grocery store. That should be a mission. You should be an Army Ranger in the grocery store, moving from aisle to aisle with precision. And if you're not doing that, you're in my way. And if you're not first, you're last. And I'm going to be first to the checkout line, so get out of my way.
God forbid he doesn't get his DiGiorno's pizza.
Well, the problem is Case has 3 items that he picks up each week. He picks up Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He picks up frozen pizza and or chips.
Yeah.
And then he picks up almond milk because for some reason he takes a turn into health at the end.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
on Q101.
I don't know. I feel like she had more to say.
Almond milk was my out. I just saw that, because Case does think he's healthy
He's
by
been
the other
doing this
stuff.
to me all day. He didn't turn my mic on for one of the breaks.
Sorry, still a little hungover.
He's just like over it.
312-591-8300. What is, stupidly making you angry? Some little thing that's making you overly angry. Susie's checking in about something very Chicago. I don't want to say exactly. Okay, maybe I should just lay it out there. She's pissed off about the Belmont bike lane, the Belmont Avenue bike lanes.
Some of these bikers act like they own the road. Have you met some of these bikers?
Sounds like you and Susie are going to bond in about 5 minutes here.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
We're about 5 minutes away from Jack Antonoff, Bleachers, calling up, talking to us, and then we'll give away tickets to tonight's Q101 Twisted Christmas show with Bleachers at the Aragon. It's night 3, and we'll also play Modern Girl. It's one of my favorite new songs. It is my favorite song right now on Q101.
You're obsessed with that song.
I love it so much, and I want him to feel the energy that I have of you get a chance to talk to an artist and tell him how much you like a song, and I'm going to be a fanboy. Sorry, I'm just warning you in the beginning of the interview, I'm going to be a little bit of a fanboy.
I'm used to that. Usually start to freak out right before.
I just do. I can't control it. So we're talking about things that shouldn't upset you, but they do. This is a perfect example. Jenna in Montgomery. Check this out, Kenzie. She texted in, being a Samsung phone user, when the iPhone users like or love a text message, the text I get is Molly liked instead of an actual thumbs up icon emoji. So annoying.
Yes, the Android to iPhone text reactions have not been updated in a great way yet.
And then you think you got a new text message too if you're on the iPhone.
And they just like it.
No, they just liked your
The
comment.
worst is when there's a group chat with a lot of Android devices. So every time somebody posts something funny and like 8 people like it and it all comes, it's like,
Jenna, we feel you. Can we agree as a society, or at least crew members, just not to like or have an emotion to a message and just either answer it or don't? Can we just all agree to that from now on?
You know what, though? I think it's a fear. It's that people are going to take it wrong. Like, oh, I wrote something funny and nobody said anything. Or it's kind of it's like the need to put exclamation points or a laughing face at the end, because if you just write it, it's going to sound like you're pissy. I do that to Case all the time where I'm like, hey, I need this for the show tomorrow. Smiley face. Because I'm like, I'm not saying this is like I'm going to whip you if this isn't in the show. I'm saying, like, this would be ideal. Thumbs up, man.
Yeah, I don't want to turn texting into, it already has, to social media. We like things. Can't we just answer it?
Like, Case sent me a text the other day without emojis. And I'm like, I'm going to assume he's not being bitchy, but this is coming across bitchy in my head.
Well, what was the text?
It was about having to stay late for something.
I believe I started that text with, "Don't be mad."
Yeah, but I felt it still came across as bitchy. You know what I mean?
That sucks. I was trying to.
It was like,
I'm sorry.
hey, don't be mad. This is what you're going to do. I'm like, don't talk to me like that. This is what I'm going to do. I'm actually pretty busy that day.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh, man, I feel bad.
If we translate, look at the text thread, it's
It
actually...
wasn't like, hey, happy baby shower, by the way. It was like, hey, guess what? You're going to do it in a few days. Hope you're enjoying your day. Suck one. I'm like, you know what, Case? You don't want to talk to me like that.
Actually send that text message later.
I know. I am learning that people are not liking how direct I am sometimes, and it makes me feel really bad. So I am sorry, Kenzie.
The day of my I'm like, I have 47 people at my house, baby shower. Guess what you're gonna do Monday? Thanks, Case. Good to hear from you. I'm having a great day.
I want to grab Case's phone and look at it. It probably just said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And Kenzie just took it that way.
Case told me to die.
Said, "How are you doing?" Instead of a question mark, had a period at the end of it. Oh my God, he hates
Don't
it.
you dare hit me with a dot.
A-hole. All right, let's check in with Susie, because she said she's pissed off about the Belmont bike lane. I live in that hood. I want to hear this. Susie, ahoy. What are you inordinately mad at for no reason?
Ahoy. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Oh, thank you.
The bike lanes in general. The bicyclists first don't pay taxes, so this is coming out of car owners and homeowners.
Whoa. The bike guys, they gotta pay taxes.
They don't. Well, we don't know that. They should have licenses so they can financially contribute to this, because this costs us like millions of dollars. That was just my idea to fix that piece of it. But regardless of that, there's the CTA stops are on medians in the middle of the road between bicyclists on one side, cars on the other, and they're putting those people at risk for getting hit. They're at the end of the corner instead of being on the street. And then if anybody is disabled on Belmont Avenue and trying to get into their home, there's no way to do that safely. They then have to go all the way down to the end of the block and use the crosswalk or what have you instead of trying. I was thinking, like, if my 97-year-old grandmother, if she was still alive and I had to get her into her house, there's no way I could do that on that street.
Oh, my God. It's so stressful.
And
I feel you.
I'm sorry. My other point was I just have already seen 2 ambulances stuck on Belmont right before going over the river, and they can't, there's nowhere for them to go, the cars or the ambulances.
So I want to explain a little bit what Susie's talking about if you're not in the city, or I'm not sure what burbs have these now, but they're now making a separate lane with a curb where the bikes ride. You know, it's not just a bike lane where you're open to the road. There's no opening, so you've got like a separate lane almost. What is a lane?
Well, it's so stressful.
It's not. I'm a biker, and it's okay, and I feel safer in that lane. Because there's no way a car can hit me.
No. There is a way a car can hit you because I've always hit so many bikers.
Well, that's you going over a curb to hit them.
No. Because one of the issues is, and I face this because every day when I leave NBC Tower, I go get on 90, right?
Yeah.
The issue is that you have to turn and cross over the bike lane. And when the light's green and you have a green arrow, there are many, not all, but just like there's bad drivers, there's going to be bad bikers, right? There's going to be both people who break the rules. Right. There are bikers that the second the light turns green, even though we have a green arrow, they just start going forward.
That's their fault. You're right, of course.
And it's the most stressful thing in the world. It takes like 45 minutes to turn because I'm like, I'm gonna be in prison the rest of my life because a biker doesn't care. And they just are like, yeah, me first. And it drives me in because it's not pedestrian rule. You're not the crosswalk. Hey, guy, like you're now in a lane. You have to wait till the green arrow's done. It's the whole thing. I don't like bikers because I'm so scared of hurting one. When like there's a car that's pulled over with hazards, so they shoot out in front of you.
Yes.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
This is a you problem. You need to relax.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in prison and I can't raise my kids.
If you're in prison for this, it's your problem because you read Case's text and you got distracted and got mad at him and you ran over a biker.
I never text and drive. The audacity for you to say that. I never text and drive.
Yeah, well, again, I know what these bike lanes are good that they're putting them in because people like me that ride, I can feel a little safer in some jamoke.
I've never seen you ride a bike.
I have a bike. I have a nice track.
You drive to work every day.
Kenzie?
I'm not riding my bike at 4 a.m.
You don't ride your bike?
I'll ride in tomorrow. You'll see it. It's a nice bike. I'll bring it in. Like Pee Wee Herman.
You're so full of crap.
No,
I'm not
Kenzie,
full of crap.
Believe it or not, during the summertime, Brian is a big bike guy.
Oh, my God.
How about it?
I know it doesn't make sense. It shocks us all. Brian's a big bike guy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And
I've never seen you on a bike.
And I don't want these jamokes that are texting and driving to hit me.
I worked here all summer.
I don't ride to work because I'm sweaty. I ride after work.
How? Your bike's not here?
No, I ride. I go home. I drive home and hurt the environment, and then I ride my bike.
Once around the block? He's on it for like 30 seconds.
I get a couple laps in.
Oh, my God.
A couple laps around the block.
You do like a fake Daytona 500 in your neighborhood. You're just doing laps around the block.
Yeah. Susie, you're still there, right?
Yeah.
So listen, you're gonna have to adjust these bike lanes. It's good for the future of Chicago.
I know it's important for bikers to have a place. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's been dangerous.
Too.
Yeah, you and Kenzie, I know you're bonding on this, but the bikers I pay taxes, okay?
I'm a biker, and if we had a bike if bicycles had licenses to ride on the street, they would be held more accountable not only for this whole bike lane situation, but as she was talking about, when they blow through red lights, when they do stupid stuff like that, there's a way to hold them accountable.
But there's drivers. I got another ticket for going 1 mile an hour over the speed limit in Chicago just the other day.
You weren't going 1 mile an hour. You're so full of crap.
I'm not. You get a ticket for going 6 miles an hour over is BS.
My question is, this is an actual question because I don't know.
Oh, okay.
If you're in the street bike lane and you run a red light because you're kind of like a vehicle in a lane, can you get a ticket for that? I actually don't know. You can?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. They're supposed to follow the same rules that cars do. So
I'm fine with that.
Stop signs, red. Yeah.
We don't need Chicago to give another license out to charge me $1 billion to ride my bike. That's what I'm saying.
Brian knows there's not a chance in hell he could break the speed limit on his bike.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.